Regina's nickname back in the day was Pile of Bones. All the buffalo bones they would gather, then send them east for fertilizer. They are two of the surprises here in Saskatchewan. In his first trip to Brier, Julien Tremblay has shown he belongs. Yesterday, Quebec beat a former Brier champion. Now the rookies want back-to-back wins here in Regina. It's been a terrific week for Tyler Smith. Already 3 wins, and that's the most he's had at any of his previous trips. The PEI skip has his team now sitting in a playoff spot. 2 underdogs take center stage in draw 11 as the Montana's Brier continues. This is the 6th time that the city has hosted Canadian Men's Curling Championship, and they say the economic impact this year is between $12 and $15 million. This morning was all about teams in Pool A, and it was Battle of Ontario North against the South. Scott Howard from South against Northern Ontario's Trevor Bonneau out of the Fort William and Thunder Bay. And this is in 9, and this gentleman sure has had his draw weight, and he shows it again right here as he draws for 3. And Bonneau knows how to draw as they go on to the win over Scott Howard. Dunstone is a winner over New Brunswick and Jim Grattan. It was Simmons in an extra end with a draw to beat the Yukon, and BC Schneider is in the mix as he beats Carruthers and the Manitoba champions. So here are the standings, and we'll look at A, and top of the table there is Bonneau. Carruthers loses his first. Look at the bunch at 3-1, and then BC has roared back now to get above 500. Look at the Cooey. Yeah, that Cooey. No, it's Jamie Cooey, top from Whitehorse. And Yellowknife, pardon me, he's at 4-1. And then you see how important it is for Tremblay today at 2-2, trying to get above 500. And on this Tuesday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Regina. Joe and Russ. Kathy will be with us momentarily. You know, standings do look a little upside down, don't they? And you've got a team like Tyler Smith from Crapo Curling Club and PEI now in his 4th appearance, and he looks more comfortable all the time.
Yeah, he really does, and I talk about it all the time. The Eastern teams struggle with the curl. They don't get to practice on that type of ice, but he's been here enough times now. He's not only comfortable. When you're 96 in your last game, you're very comfortable.
Then you've got an all-rookie team from Quebec. Never been here before, but again, they look like they belong. Yeah, and huge win yesterday morning against Kevin Cooey after the paper caught onto the conditions so quickly. This team loves a lot of rocks in play, but guess what? So does PEI. Julien Tremblay will have to make sure he leaves himself an out against this aggressive team. So it's a big game for both. If you're PEI, you win, you go to 4 wins. And of course, Tremblay looking to get above 500 on this Tuesday afternoon.
It's most special to represent Quebec. We had a great year, so just continue on that momentum to make the playoff. It's a big goal, but I think it's realistic. We have the potential to do it. We just have to be great all week.
This is the most important event to me. There's a lot of great teams. That's what makes the Brier fun, is anybody can beat anybody, so you need to show up and be prepared to play every single game and give it your all.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
The only team not playing on this afternoon is Jamie Cooey, 4-1 out of Whitehorse. They won't play the entire day. Kathy, here are the other games, please.
Well, for Kevin Cooey, not at all the week that he thought that this would be. We'll try to right the ship, but he goes against Matt Manuel of Nova Scotia, who looked very good last night in their victory over Saskatchewan. For Aaron Slaczynski and his Alberta team, they're glad Monday is over, losing both yesterday. We'll try to bounce back, but he's going against Mike McEwen and this heavily popular team from Saskatchewan, also trying to rebound from a loss. And finally, Brad Gushue. Well, he struggled a couple of those games, looked very shaken, I guess. Didn't look like that last night against Kevin Cooey. He'll go against Nunavut's Latimer.
So it's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. The PEI champions, they hail from the Crapo Curling Club, skipped by Tyler Smith in a 4th appearance, and backed up by Edward White, Chris Gallant, and Adam Cox. The Quebec champions hail from 4 different clubs across the province, including the Chicoutimi and Victoria Curling Club, skipped by 26-year-old Julien Tremblay, and with Philippe Brassard, Jesse Mullen, and Jean-Michel Arsenault at 3rd. So early advantage is to PEI. They have won the draw to the button, and not by very much. But that, remember, those numbers will and can be used to decide who may advance. We saw that at the Scotties as Caitlin Laws won a 5-team tiebreaker and advanced and got the 3rd spot based on her last rock draw. So it's all important to these teams, including Quebec, one of those looking to get above 500, as I say, and put themselves in a spot that may get them through, maybe on last rock draws. To get us underway, the Quebec lead is Philippe Brassard.
Have a look. Yep. Yes. Yes. Go hard. Go.
We talked about the rocks being sanded
Good swing, guys.
before yesterday's opening draw. Everybody's used to it now. Still great speed, tons of curl. No excuses.
Yeah.
Running pretty good.
Yeah. Center guard up, and this is Edward White in a 2nd appearance. This entire team, except for Gallant, was together last year.
Line's good.
Gallant throwing the 2nd stone.
Line's good. Line's really good. Always at him. Line's good. Here, guys. Just full 8. Whoa, over curl a bit. Nice.
And around they go, and actually over curl. Wow, look at that, popping out that in-turn side. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. We'll start with Quebec.
Yeah, for Team Quebec, they'll want to keep their rocks above the tee line. Tyler Smith really strong at the freeze game. You cannot slip back there. He'll make you pay. And also leave yourself an out. Julien loves to have rocks in play. We already see that this end, throwing up that center line guard. I've seen a few highlights, or when we have updates, he has no shot. He has to give himself a shot.
Yeah, well said.
Hard. Just back. Hard. Come on. Small way. Come on, Jim. Hard.
Look at that, almost missed it.
And we'll settle for a shot. Let's take a look at the keys now for Prince Edward Island.
Well, simple early. Tyler Smith's making everything he sees, so he has to make sure he can actually see it. Keep it open as much as he can when he has hammer and usable rocks. For PI, the tolerance has to be short.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties.
Chris.
That out-turn comer on Joanne around a tight guard,
Really hard.
over curled by 1.5 feet, and then the hit almost completely missed it.
Oh, and they're going to miss an opportunity here to
Just
sit
a hair
2.
wide, Ed.
That speed good?
Yeah, you often see that, Russ, that
Just slid wide.
kind of inside those 4-foot lines first, and no one hits that very much in practice, so sometimes a little extra curl can surprise the team.
Yep. Just control. Yep.
Watch that this morning, Kath. There are a lot of overcurls in the first 2 or 3 ends of that game.
There were a lot of overcurls, Russ. I don't even know that it's possible that it would have moved more this morning, but it really looked like it did. I can't imagine that everybody was throwing them soft.
Okay.
Wasting no time and going up to rip the center guard. Tyler Smith. Yeah, Gallant. Chris Gallant in a 2nd Brier appearance back in 18 with Eddie McKenzie. And
Clean.
he is Brett Gallant's brother.
Good throw.
Playing with Brendan Botcher, of course.
Almost through the distraction peel again.
He replaced Alex McFadden. McFadden was in a car accident and unable to play. 5 rock rule, 10 ends, 38 minutes, thinking time, 1/62 timeout. And of course, that no tick rule couldn't move that center line guard until the 6th stone of the end.
Comment ça calme?
Attendez un peu, là.
On va curler un peu, peut-être. Non, pas en train de curler les fils. Ah oui, allez. 15-40.
Jess.
Good.
Good shot, Jess.
Sometimes wonder when it's an obvious blank like this, the team without Hammer, sometimes they just go right in and concede the blank, but I don't mind continuing to put up that center line guard. A little extra curl today, you might get a bonk, you never know.
Absolutely. Especially with this much curl. Here we go, this is close.
And a bonk, and it will roll far enough just to wide edge of the 12.
You can really help your own strategy if you can figure out what the other guy's thinking. So you know they're going to peel.
All speed, Jim. Let's go.
A former Canadian junior champ when he played with William Dion, Jean-Michel Arsenault throwing the third stone. They started off with Arsenault being the skip and throwing the third stones. However, he hurt his back early in the season and unable to play for a while. So that's when they Julien Tremblay took over skipping full time.
That's a bit of a trend nowadays that back when I played it, nobody ever changed it. Like even if you were to skip was struggling mightily, it was like, well, we'll put up with it. It's great that there's that flexibility now.
Okay, just clean.
If a team finds something that seems to be working, why switch it when the player is able to come back?
Right.
But I think
Julien was feeling it.
I'm sorry. We used to say about it's knowledge of the game now. All four players are so knowledgeable they could skip, but they may not feel comfortable in the skipping position.
Yeah, that's not for everybody. But you're right. With the 5 rock rule, there's just so many things you have to learn as a front end player. They're all smart now.
It's interesting for Quebec. This is their first game to start without Hammer, so they've obviously been feeling their draw weight throughout the week, and they weren't that far off of getting Hammer today, just over 10 centimeters, I believe.
Yeah, 2 good efforts.
Real similar.
Clean. Whoa. Hairless. Whoa. Chris. Whoa. Whoa. Ed. Hard. Ed.
Adam Cox, originally from Nova Scotia, won a couple of Nova Scotia juniors with Matt Manuel.
Same weight.
And
Real nice weight.
Manuel is playing right next door on sheet A and playing Alberta and Kevin Cooey.
What?
It's interesting what's happened over the last, I'd say, decade, where you think of Brett Gallant out of PI. Once he moved to go to Gushu, that left a void. And in some of these, I'd call lower seed provinces, weaker provinces, there's not a lot of depth. But if you're Tyler Smith, you got a great chance to get to the show every single year, and I think that's motivational for some of these teams.
And you learn each time.
Right.
And we saw that with Brad Gushu. I mean,
100%.
21 Briers now. Those first 5 or 10 we're learning.
Absolutely. He went, I want to say he went 1 in 10 in his first Canadian junior.
Wow.
Now look at him.
Ball weight.
Chris Hart. And rolls into the center line.
We just got to be careful we don't lose it, obviously, or leave them.
Same weight as you.
Bon, t'es correct, Thomas?
Ouais. Pas bon.
Same as Adam, 10 seconds.
C'est pas une side, c'est tout pareil. Juste pour dire.
Control, Tyler?
Yeah.
Are we trying to make the big roll? Just stay there.
Yeah,
I'm fine with staying there.
Yeah.
It's supposed to jerk.
It's not worth it, is it, to try to roll to the corner?
Yeah, 9, 10.
No, and I even heard
pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Adam say, you don't want to roll out here because you know Quebec's going to try to bury one around that wide corner.
And this surface, that's makeable.
So here more than Adam. Clean. Similar.
Easy.
Clean.
Oh, it's the same. Whoa.
Nope.
Yep.
Clean.
Clean.
As mentioned in the fourth Brier appearance, as Tyler Smith went 2 and 6 a year ago.
Nice throw.
Yep.
In London, Ontario.
Faut frapper plus mince un peu.
Is that good weight?
Yeah, it's good. It's like 9-7.
Okay.
Just feels for us that he belongs this year.
Yes.
There's that feeling that nerves he had the first couple of times, even going back to when he played with Eddie McKenzie in the bubble of 21. But this year he said we stood out there and I felt nerves certainly, but they were good feeling. It wasn't anxiousness. I felt comfortable in being here.
Yeah, and that just makes sense to me. That he himself's playing so well. There's very little reason to be uptight. Tied for third, skips.
Upper point. Yep.
Smith and Cox looking up at the video board and going, there's a couple of good-looking guys.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
And they'll hang it right on the edge, so forcing the chase.
Don't think if he hits this really thick, it'll hit the red. Will it ever come back into the rings? You'd have to be pretty unlucky.
That shows to the confidence in the way they like to play. Scoring 2 or more with last rock, 58%.
Yep. Clean.
Hard to it, Ed. Stay down.
Clean.
All right, you're good. You're good. Good.
And that's the first blank for PEI since the opening game against MacEwan on Friday night. Tuesday afternoon as we continue on with our coverage. Montana's Brier from here in Regina. Prince Edward Island and Quebec is our feature on this Tuesday afternoon. PEI comes in with a record of 3-1. Quebec at 2-2. Center goes up, around goes PEI, and now around comes Philippe Brassard and Quebec.
Really have to be conscious, hog line in, how much rotations on some of these. That was starting to lose it, and probably in the last 3 feet it curled a foot.
Almost sideways more than forwards
right.
At the end.
Okay, we got less.
Where?
Last line.
Line's good.
Top 12, top 8.
Room.
No, line's good. Line's good.
A little easy.
Yep.
Whoa. Wait only.
Wait's good. Top 8.
Yep.
Yep.
Just line.
Yes, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Hard.
A little easy.
Hard.
Okay, well,
Unbelievable finish.
good throw. It kind of walked on you, but.
Yeah, if that doesn't chop off the rocks in the top of the rings, it's almost wide open on the other side.
Normal.
Around an extremely tight guard, like a long guard, would be a waste of time.
T'aimes-tu le halt? Yeah, j'aime le halt. Yep.
That's push, Jip.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Come on up.
Yep. Yeah.
First, second stone. This is Jesse Mullen, former Quebec junior champion with Vincent Roberge, who is here as their alternate. Looks like they've got him lined up now.
Yeah, so true, Vic. They're queued right up. I don't think PI can do anything about it. That thing will disappear at some point.
Okay, are we trying to move stuff around in there?
What's that? We can throw peel and do that. Yellow's always staying.
Okay, we're just hitting and rolling?
Yeah, I think we're just rolling to here for now.
Okay. Normal?
I mean, if you could ever whisker it, that'd be
Okay.
normal.
Tyler was saying, I just refer to him as Brett's brother. He's part of that Gallant family. He's just he's the world champ's brother. Feeling very comfortable. He went to the University of Manitoba. And he won a U Sport championship playing with Matt Dunstone.
Okay.
And now finds himself back home and living in Charlottetown.
Come around to it.
Yeah.
Charlottetown, the home of the Veteran Affairs Department, so he works for the government Veteran Affairs.
14 écarts.
Ça, c'est ton ballon bouton?
Oui. Ouais.
Good conversation in the hack, just confirming the speed of the path. This is actually the same broom they took for their draw for hammer, they said. a little patchy usually to start the game in the second end, so always exchanging all that information.
Easy, easy. Reste proche, Phil. Proche. Reste proche.
We always found we get more misses, draw weight misses out of our opponents in end number 2, because there's this spot that's warmed up, as you said, draw to the button path, and everywhere else it could be quite a bit slower, and it's sometimes you get fooled like that.
Okay, pick up pace.
Right into the pocket. Heel.
And a surface like this, Joanne, when you were, playing with Holman and you were speeding up that draw to the button path, how much difference do you think it would be in the spot that wasn't used and the draw to the button path?
Sometimes around 6 feet-ish.
Yeah.
Like that first down the line, kind of had to throw it there on your own and then sweep it aggressively.
Good.
Oh, nice.
Throw. Good throw.
Let's go in. What's that?
Nice little roll there.
All right, Kathy, let's begin our updates. And it's Nova Scotia against Alberta. Final rock belongs to Nova Scotia, Matt Manuel.
Well, Matt Manuel was trying to play a double on his first, and he left one of the stones in the house just biting at the back, and so Kevin Cooey drew to the other side. This is the force, looking for 8 foot.
Yep.
Clean. Jump. Easy. Jump. Curl.
Walk.
Jump two. Curl. Curl hard. Curl. Just landing. Curl.
Yep, gotta go.
Yep.
Go.
Oh boy, just hung on.
Go.
I thought he was playing the draw. Surprised.
Yeah, it's lots of real estate to draw to.
One yellow.
And again, a team that's been playing better than their record and fighting to get
control.
into a spot where maybe a tiebreaker may get them through.
Kind of wait out. Just control.
It's so unpredictable, these short round robins, because, with 8 games, let's take this game. PI's playing Quebec. Are you going to get Quebec's best effort out of 8 games, or are you going to get maybe their worst effort out of 8 games? And, I know Nova Scotia, they've run up against some hot teams.
Well, I also just have no idea what record at the end of the week is going to play. I mean, could it be 4-4, or is 2 losses too many? You have no idea how it's going to shake out.
Yeah, that's possible, isn't it?
Well, Saskatchewan won their first 3, dropped one last night against Alberta, and as you say, Monday, can't trust that day. Alberta dropped 2 yesterday and now have the hammer here.
Well, Mike McEwen, you can see the look on his face, was facing 3 Alberta stones, hit and rolled out. So Aaron Sluchinski has a chance to take the crowd right out of this game with a draw for 3.
Not a good Monday for Alberta teams. In fact, Kathy, they lost all 5 of their games yesterday, the teams from Alberta.
And I did not say what you said. I said, I don't know that song. Wow.
It's Mamas and the Papas, of course. Those of a certain vintage will know that.
And I'm the babies.
There you go. 3. Wow. 3-0 Alberta. And Joe's looking at me going, what the hell has he done?
10.
Right close.
Whoa.
10-2.
Whoa.
Easy.
Chris. Hard, Chris. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Oh, tuck a little bit underneath and does. Very nice. That's probably all hidden.
Nice, Adam.
Yeah, you probably couldn't put it in a better spot.
Team Canada opened with a couple against Nunavut. Brad Gouju looking to go to 4-2. Nunavut and Shane Latimer from Iqaluit looking to win their first.
That was about the best spot PEI could roll to.
Yeah, we should spoil everything there.
Anything farther, and Quebec could try to stick a short tap on this.
Yeah, they can definitely hit it, but how do you stick it? You're right, you'd have to graze these yellow. I think we're all conditioned to, we're comfortable hitting half a rock, so you start hitting less than an inch to stick it is dangerous. You always protect, don't you? Miss this a little thick.
Yep. Yes. Hard, Jess. Yes. Hard. Gotta go, Jess. Hard. Go. Shut.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Not bad.
Judge it.
Right. Okay. Belle brosse.
Very too.
Well, I was thinking the out turn here.
Yeah.
Right?
I just mean the better under 2 you get, the better it is. You can go.
Yeah. I mean, we can always over curl, like you said.
Yeah, we can play it either way. Do the same thing.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically draw to the pit in line.
Yeah.
I'd say there, maybe there.
Yeah, we
can always curl it in there, right?
Yeah.
No, you
Don't
can,
hate the
you can
out-turn here.
come down here either way.
I think the out-turn, you can leave it a couple different
Into there, into there.
Like trying to
Whoops,
get one
sorry.
dead berry.
So if you get those two spots, I think it's a lot easier to remove it this way. If it's this way, you could jam it. So I thought they'd play the other turn.
Looks like a ton.
Probably know this better, Joanne.
Yeah, this must be where he threw in pregame practice.
Okay. What?
Speed's good, like
28?
28, 30.
Okay. Half top 4.
I think their goal is to get fully buried around the rock that's top 12, which is easily there right now with how the spot is swinging.
Wait's real close. Line's good.
Yeah, I think we're fully.
Okay, doesn't
Line's
need to
good.
curl.
A little bit. You can go.
Little bit, yep.
Chris, if you can.
Room.
Gotta keep it out there.
Line's
Yeah, we gotta
good.
go wait.
Try to keep it out there.
Fully.
Hard line.
White, ankle land.
Hard.
Oh, it's starting to break now. Here it comes. Got it by that center line, top 12.
Hard grip.
Does they have enough to get there? And no, they will not. But it does rub and roll off. So there for maybe a little bit of a punt if they need it.
They're going to need it. Perfect line, just a foot and a half more speed, it gets by.
What'd you have there, Ed?
Comme ça?
Ouais.
Ouais, c'est le même speed qu'hier, mais pas le full speed hyper rapide de fin de game.
Ben, pas la deuxième moitié, exact. Avec quoi comme moitié? 14,5.
14,5.
Ça ressemble pas mal à hier en début de game, là, le début de game d'ailleurs?
Ouais.
Ah, mais top 4 est bon.
Yes. Let's go, Jean.
Top bouton est bon.
Just comparing draw speed to yesterday. They only played yesterday morning. They were off yesterday evening. So this is only their second game now since the rocks have been sandpapered.
So that sandpapering is something that the ice makers do. Just sharpens the stones just a little bit. Gives them a little bite, similar to what you might do with your a hockey skate or any kind of skate tool.
Oh, they're dropping off on this one.
No, they're just going for a walk.
Big rotation.
Non, attends.
Nova Scotia with a single in the first, and it's looking like it's all Nova Scotia here in the second.
Well, Kevin Cooey was trying to draw on his first one, go around one of the stones belonging to Nova Scotia, went through the house, and that allowed Nova Scotia to draw in. Matt was trying to be higher so that a hit would not work for Kevin, and he would have to draw again, but he slid a little bit deep, so this is the nose hit for the single.
Oh, and just.
Red.
It's been a struggle.
Yeah, it has.
So are we playing here the... Oh, he's going the other turn.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, add a little.
More space to work with here.
Gotta go a little.
No, we gotta go.
Let's just go again. That speaks to
Gotta go line.
that number 88 just speaks to his comfort level.
Back
Doesn't
four,
it?
back eight. No, keep close.
The draw weight
We gotta
wasn't
go
really
line.
bothered by the ice as some of the other skips were.
Hard hit. Line.
Here we go, Ed.
Yep.
Ed White closest to the stone. Oh, a little rub. And there was enough in it as it rolls to the top 4 for a single.
Slide, I kicked hard, so I couldn't.
Prince Edward Island with an early lead against Quebec. It's the fourth time the Brent Center here in Regina has hosted the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. Sixth time, as mentioned, here in Regina. Welcome back on this Tuesday afternoon. It's all about teams in Pool B this afternoon. The only team not playing is Jamie Cooey and his pool leading team from the Territories at 4-1. their best start since 2012. So today, with no draw today, they will not even hit the ice except for a little practice until tomorrow. So it's 1-0 Prince Edward Island. Quebec, for the first time in the game, will have the hammer. They have the last rock playing the Yellowstones here in 3.
Really interesting, and you don't see it very often. I think it's a good play. It was accidental here. It was supposed to be a come around at rec, but PI's got 2 rocks in wonderful positions. We call it the scoring area, the scoring zone. Controlling that up in front of the tee line is so important. Both those reds are raisable.
I was thinking normal, but I'm fine with
I don't
control.
mind normal. Control?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shade high.
Here comes one. If you make this properly, you've got 2 guards and 1 buried.
Good control. Oh, clean.
Yep.
One previous appearance, that was in 18 with Eddie McKenzie.
Hard.
Hard, Ed.
Chris Gallant. And run it back. Got it. And nearly stuffed it underneath. Just took that little outside
Good throw, Chris.
turn.
Good shot.
Okay.
The 4 rock first
Oh, yes,
showed up.
sir.
We did that all the time, Joanne. We'd throw 2 tight like that. Now that it's 5 rock, you see them stacked up almost religiously.
3 for Alberta, and now a chance, it looks like, for 3 Saskatchewan.
Well, a disastrous end for Aaron Sluchinski and his team. Aaron sat in the hack on his first and faced 5. Made a triple to reduce the number of stones, but then rolled out and trying to make a double on his second. So for Mike, he's looking for paint for 3.
The open draw. Wow. And you can hear the rhythmic applause from those Saskatchewan fans here at the Brand. Colton Flash, Daniel Marsh on the brush, Kevin Marsh in the house, and there it is. Surprisingly, first 3 scored by Saskatchewan in the event.
Halfway. Hey, line's good. Little bit at him. Line's good.
2/3. Like to see it work a
Line's
little.
good. Halfway. Always at him.
Line's close.
Stay on it, Adam.
Line's a little tight. Whoa.
Okay, whoa.
Whoa. Needs to stop. Sit. Sit.
Sit. Good throw, Chris. I'll give you a hair more.
It's one of those guards that's so tricky to get that line right, because any extra weight, if it's a little heavy, it curls on the overcurl, a little light, it'll undercurl. But had to make sure they guarded the right-hand side of that rock. Didn't want to leave the hit and roll behind the corner.
Right.
Yep.
Left a small
Whoa,
port.
whoa, whoa.
Jesse Mullen.
Whoa. Push. Whoa. Push. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Feel. Whoa. Feel it.
Got it through. He did. And roll it underneath, and it will spill wide intern side. T-line, 8 foot.
Just roll.
Yeah.
Pretty good shot just to get through there. They wanted to be buried, obviously, but much better than it was.
And good read on the ice, too. First end, we saw a lot of movement. It seems to have settled down now for the third.
Yep. Whoa. Clean.
Easy.
Head.
Easy.
Watch it, Chris. Yep.
And roll it back, and not quite.
Good shot.
Yeah, good throw.
So I'm going to ask you something, is,
10-1.
and I don't know if this makes sense to you, but I'll ask it in
Big roll to your ball.
nursing terms.
Oh.
Okay. Scratch something, and it gets inflamed. And then it settles down because you don't scratch. Is it similar in a sense? You said now the ice has settled down. Is it just, you know what I'm saying? Is you said that the ice had settled down. I'm wondering if that's something similar.
Yeah, and the first end, usually you just see everything's a little bit fresh. Not
Okay.
The rocks haven't gone over all those spots in the ice, and even just like foot traffic and people and movement being out there. So you see everything's a little bit crispier. That first on the path will just come up a hair more. And they were surprised there were lots of overcurls first end. But this end, everything seems a lot more manageable. Sometimes when you go to play that third end, you're haunted by that first end and you get caught on the other side. It just takes that much longer to zero in. But both teams have a really good read on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see? There you go. Nice. Doctor, it hurts when I do
Very
that.
nice.
Well, then don't do that, you know.
I think Vic's got a rash or something.
I was just trying to get some free medical advice.
Line's good.
Way to go.
Line's good.
Oh, man.
Like to go a little.
Okay, line's good.
Yeah, we're only full 12.
Oh,
Hold
dear.
it. Line's good.
You spoiled it now, you see.
Sorry, man.
Oh, I have to claim the.
We had a nice little bow on that, and Russ just had to ruin
I ruined it.
Have to pay a fee.
But Joanne's dead on here. It's, you know, you wear the tops of the pebble down a little bit, but where and how much straighter is it? It really is an educated guess, isn't it? It's tough to be dead on.
Yeah, but I mean, for the conditions as the Brier progresses now, they've got the rocks the way they want them with the finish, and teams will now pick up on trends. It'll start a certain way, and then after 3 or 4 down the path or whatever it is, they start to learn, and this is really when you start to see that shot making escalate. We saw it at the Scotties too. Opening weekend, there's going to be some misses, and then once the players start to catch on and find those trends, the ability really shines through.
But I'll suggest to you, and both skips said almost the same thing to me. Other skips who struggled early with straighter ice, these guys say, well, that's fine. I mean, Tyler Smith said the ice may have been straight to begin with. He says it's still more curl than I get in PEI. And the same thing with Tremblay, Julian. He said, I play the conditions. I get on the ice, I look, and I play the conditions.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you have to. And I remember coming home from Bonspiels and talking to my staff at the pro shop kind of thing. I said, yeah, we just couldn't catch on the ice. It was really straight. And one of the guys kept saying, you love straight ice. You know, next week it was, oh, you love swingy ice. And it's so true. It's, you know, there's 2 teams out there. You can't really use it as an excuse.
Really close freeze attempt from Team Quebec here. They just lost the line at the end. Second shot.
Yeah, the same weight as your last one works, but I'd like to see just 2 feet more throw like your first one.
Room with more ice than Adam here.
Okay.
This is Tyler's strength. Really precise drawer so far this week.
88% this week on draws. And it skipped with the 5 rock goals. Some of them are tough.
Line's good.
Full 8.
Easy.
Close.
We're going to have to go a little bit.
Yep.
You can go.
No, we're to it. It's got to stop.
Carve it. Like it's flying.
Close.
It's got to stop. We're bumping.
Edge.
Whoa. Tiny bump. Whoa. No bump. Sit.
Oh, pushes it back. Shot rock does belong to PEI. Well, that would be Mr. Tremblay, all decked out here.
On est deuxième.
Ouais, deuxième shot.
Looks and reminds me of the bubble and the cardboard cutouts
Il va se tâcher ça après pour les...
in 21. Mentioned from the Victoria Curling Clubs. They're from Chicoutimi. I remember being in Chicoutimi, Jonquière for a Brier back in, I think it was 87, 88 possibly.
88 pick.
Let's go.
You were there?
Quand ça roule juste à côté,
we
c'est
were
pas correct.
there to watch Ed Wernick, who had beaten us. We'd won in 87, so we were asked to go.
L'important, c'est je pense qu'il faut jouer le double. Joue le double, on tombe 2 shots.
In the double, but if they hit it thick and just roll over into that pile, that also plays.
Yeah, true, eh? That might even be better.
Depending on where you hit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't mind moving shot rock right now if they can, though.
To the side of us is not great if we kind of chip.
Yep. Yes. Gotta go, Jess. Gotta go, Jess.
Oh, boy.
And lays it on the edge. Shot stone still belongs to PEI.
Here, you see what's possible here now. And if you ever make this good, the top ones, I'm right behind it, 2/3 buried.
Yeah, I mean, half is going to be all right. But
Yeah.
thick half's better, right?
I think thick half.
Yeah.
I think right there, thick half. Even if we just kind of roll into it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
I love listening to the tolerance options because we all know you want to make the double, but what if? Because if you play long enough, there's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, we make
If you hit this thin, take out your own, Quebec draws for 2. You hit it thick, you might just snuggle right in there, and that might be a good shot too.
Final stone for the skip from PEI. His team ranked number 75 on the Canadian ranking system. Here we go. One, come across, and away it goes. And it'll just catch over there. I don't know if he's left anything. That guard out front is protecting the...
No, nothing, Vic. Good shot.
Good line call.
Even scooched back in a little bit to grab more of the button there.
Better than ever, right?
Getting kind of into the nuts of it a little bit.
Got a lot of real estate now.
Or the button.
That's what they're just saying.
That's good.
So a draw is all that's left for Julien Tremblay.
Ouais, course de T-line. 14-25, t'es bon. 14,5 max.
So these are the two teams with the best hammer efficiency in the field so far, scoring 2 or more with their hammer with the last rock.
I'll be up to speed here, Joanne.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few down this line.
Brassard right, Mullen left, needs T-line, Button. And needs to dig in, and quickly. Oh dear, and it will slide too far. And that will be a steal of 3. Prince Edward Island here in 3.
Phenomenal team. I mean, that's a team that's just seems to get better and better all the time. Been the best Canadian team out there this year. Team we love playing against, and you know, you have to bring your best stuff to have a chance to beat them.
They've had a great couple years together too. I think they've got a really strong team. I really think our ticket to success this week is not really focusing a bunch on who we're playing, just kind of going back to the basics of what we do. And if we do that, I hope we're on the good end of it.
And this will be our matchup, our game tonight when we join at 8 Eastern time. Two teams at 3-1. Dunstone coming off a win this morning over New Brunswick. Botcher did not play and trying to rebound after his loss to Northern Ontario and Bonneau. And again at 3-1, remembering head-to-head record will determine a position that could very well be for first place in the pool. Although Mr. Bonneau will have something to say before it's all said and done. As we welcome you back on this Tuesday afternoon. That's a big miss. That's can't even ignore that with your back turned to it. That 3 over the shoulder of Quebec as he was heavy with his last draw. 4-0 PEI. We go to the 4th, and once again the team from Quebec, skipped by Julien Tremblay with last draw, playing the Yellowstones.
Okay. Topping. Line good. Line right, just line.
You know, I'm noticing a big difference from this morning. Rocks seemed to jump a little bit more. They were just very different than I'm seeing this afternoon. So I talked to Greg Owasco by text, and he said yes, he overclipped this morning, some by purpose and some just not the way that he wanted it to, and it is much better now this afternoon. He also suggested, Vic, that you keep your rash out of it.
You know.
He wants nothing to do with that in his eyes.
Cough. I'm not going to. Oh, dear.
Hard! Hard! Hard, Phil! Hard, Phil!
But we talk all the time about these athletes adjusting to, you know, the rocks, the ice, now the curl, the sanding. It's the ice makers are doing the same thing. They're constantly experimenting. You might even see a different clipping pattern on different sheets to see they'll find the one they like. And
Do we just guard?
the ice is great. They're trying to make it better.
What's that? Do we guard those?
In a 1-1 tie, we go back and check in on Cooey against Manuel.
And such has been Kevin's week. Was playing the triple, got 2, and just caught 1 a little bit too thick. He does lie first and third, but the second stone belongs to Nova Scotia, so this is an open hit for 2.
Clean. Stay down. Stay down.
Straight.
Straight.
Whoa.
Yep.
Straight.
To it. Stay down.
And 2 more.
yellow.
Again, a team that started off so slowly, Kathy. They were 0-2, maybe even 0-3 if I remember correctly. So looking for 3 in a row now to keep themselves alive.
Then road. Ah ouais. OK.
T'aimes-tu le même weight?
Same shot.
Chapogne?
Non, flag.
Y'en a
They
plus,
try
là,
to
Jess.
nose it and stay on top or
Yeah.
roll buried?
No, right on the nose. Thought they might try to roll buried. They've got 2 corners to work with. They're a little bit high, so the chase is probably there if the roll is made, though.
OK, c'est vraiment fort.
No.
Just over curled on his first, and then probably might have been a double adjust. So threw a little straighter, threw a little more weight, and ran totally different.
And to your point, that gets by in end number 1, but it's just pebbles starting to flatten out a little bit. A little less friction, and that very unforgiving there now. Trouble. The out-turn draw, there's 0 chance. The in-turn draw is not easy with that corner guard. Just keep guarding this thing for
You
Smith.
got lots of room right now.
No, we're okay. No, weight's good.
Yeah, we got a mile here.
You're going to need Ed on it.
Okay, get ready, Ed.
Yeah, go. Move it.
Ed White.
Easy.
Get it tight, guys. Tight
Yep,
and perfect.
Ed.
Go, Ed. Go, Ed. Tight and
Across
perfect.
center. Ed.
Go, Ed. Keep
Yep,
going. Ed.
yep. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
They traded 3s in 1 and 2, and now it's Alberta's the champions, the Chintzy with last draw.
Well, Mike McEwen lying 1 already buried, went around on his second stone. It went a little bit deeper than he wanted it to go. So for Aaron Sluchinski, he is drawing against 2, but he can come down to the Saskatchewan stone for the single if he needs to.
Line's good. Line's good. Put on the teeth. Hard. Keep going, Kerry. Hard. Gotta go for the line. Gotta go for the line.
This is
Keep
huge.
going. Keep going.
Big
Keep
scrub.
going.
Sweep.
Nice
Good
sweep.
sweep.
Oh, that is good brushing. Big. Take it down to the corner for a single.
Fun, Red. C'est sûr que ça va jouer avec un plus que ça n'a pas de bon sens. J'étais fort.
I think so.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Arsenault just made a really nice come through the port, made that nose hit.
A little bit on release. So.
I'm a little surprised PEI is playing the guard on this, Russ.
Yeah, because you can raise anything in there, can't you? Because that's glued on there. Yeah, true.
Okay, we got the
I
same
even
weight.
just look at the scoreboard, up 4. If the guard isn't perfectly placed and Quebec could sneak through, all of a sudden they're going to have 2 undercover.
Hammer.
Maybe
Line's
go for
knocked.
the top.
Okay. Ed.
It's coming down. I mean, we got to.
Ed. Ed.
Did you try to sit 2
Hard,
somewhere
Ed.
instead?
Hard on the bounce, Chris.
That's not a bad option
Hard on the
either.
bounce.
Hard on red.
Okay.
There you go. To your point now that you get through that same port. Chance to get right back in this game.
Huh? You chercher inside roll.
Maintenant, ils vont le double. On va-tu faire le tour? Ou on
Il risque
attend?
d'avoir un double
On
après.
n'attend pas.
Non, hein. OK.
Sinon, on comme un roll.
Non, on n'a aucun run. Tu sais, un jour,
Ah,
ils vont
c'est
le
ça, on n'a pas de
réussir,
run.
là, regarde.
On n'a pas de run, fait qu'on n'a pas le choix. Puis on fait un
You
truc qui
can
est
play
chaque
the
fois.
raise now, isn't it?
Yeah, they're talking
We'll
about
find
playing
Duba, we'll
the
find
draw
Duba.
on the left-hand
Inside.
side of the sheet. There's really no way to get in there.
Axe.
No other option than to come through here now. Try to get to nose, Russ.
Yes, or roll behind the corners, one or the other. I think if you hit the top half, the one that's there now will be half buried at least.
Un peu moins clos.
Nose is dangerous.
Jean-Michel Arsenault.
Yeah, bon axe.
Cassar.
Bon axe.
Gotta go. Get it through. Yeah, that's okay. Where are you going to go now? Bang. And they'll leave it just absolutely frozen.
Ah, juste trop.
Un shot.
Juste trop positif.
And they are sitting 2.
Pretty open, but it's a tough double.
They were trying to get to the inside there. Flop the shooter underneath a little.
I mean, that's the
1/3,
perfect
eh?
freeze.
Look at that.
Look at that. So
Quarter to a third.
the stone you hit can't be going anywhere, can it?
Well, you throw it hard enough.
Okay.
It could slide quite a ways. It depends on how rough the striking bands are. You get rocks that are worn a little bit, you could get this to go a long way. I would think this.
Yep.
He can't. I don't think he can make the double.
Skip Stone's here in 4, and White's got him right away. Coming through, sure enough, bang. Oh, and look at that. He squeezed it over in behind that
I don't even know
PEI stone.
Yeah, I think it's pretty tough to kill that.
He's played very well and full value for his record of 3-1, and made a very nice shot here in the 3rd.
Just and maybe even better than the double that I drew up. He made the double, but he got kind of the backside of the second yellow. Watch the shooter kind of slides in even closer to the button. Forces an extremely tough draw with no backing.
And then they were heavy, ending up giving a steal of 3 to PEI, the key shot. Brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together.
Tyler kicked that over a long ways.
Ah, t'as plus de la hauteur, c'est bon.
Parfait.
It's a real wall on that side of the sheet, though. That's lost.
What?
These are extremely tough. Like if you're, I don't know, back 8 foot accidentally, it will not curl enough to get by that center guard. This has to curl 3 feet to miss the guard. The guard's pretty high.
Lots of rings to work with, though. Just needs to be better than about half in the 12 here.
Oh!
Line's good.
Whoa, la ligne! Whoa!
La ligne est bonne.
Phil! Hard, Phil! OK, line's good! Yes, ça prend bien. Switch! Straight!
There it goes.
Oh, look at that.
Go!
Put the blinker on.
Hard.
Oh, I'm not sure they got there for a second shot.
But they couldn't sweep. They knew it was light, but they couldn't brush it early because they were worried about wrecking.
Yeah, looks good.
I mean, once you know for sure, try to get it.
Yeah, get
well,
it
nose
under.
is good.
Like normal?
What's that?
What kind of weight?
8.5.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, we mentioned last year 2 and 6, and then his first as a skip was 1 and 7. Played with Eddie McKenzie, so he's here in a 4th time. Going back to Brian Cochran from Ontario, of course. Remember, Brian went down to skip the team as the import, and yeah, it was 96 the last time they qualified. Peter McDonald lost the 3-4 to Quebec's Don Westphal.
Eight.
Trying to stick this.
Whoa! Hey, a little.
Go. Whoa. Watch it. Whoa. Yep.
And did it roll into the hole?
Okay.
Yeah, bad break there.
Rolled right in the hole.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world, though, since Quebec is 3rd shot. If they've gotten 2nd shot.
Can you make the double?
Is it there?
No,
I think it is. Is it worth it? I guess it is down 4. You could buy that guard pretty tight, eh?
Comme ça?
It's a thin double, too, and they got to go take the other turn.
Ouais, mais je vais jouer avec le in pareil, je pense. Je vais voir ce que je vois là-bas, là, mais le in, il est bon aussi. Hein.
Comme ça?
Okay, decision time. What you can make
La place en masse.
is maybe a sure 1, or do you play for the 2?
Normal?
Yeah, normal. Okay.
I mean, huge momentum to get 2 here. If you can make a big shot.
Yeah.
But if you give up the steal, now you're down 5.
Yeah. So you've got to decide what are my odds of coming back down 4. Do I take this opportunity? I think the only way to make it is this turn, because you get a flatter roll. You'll roll lower with the gear effect on this out turn. But the yellow corner guard is almost in the way, is it not?
Yeah, Julien slid about 3/4 of the way down the sheet and figures he has enough space.
Okay. Well, then this is the right turn, because you'll get that lower roll for this steep double.
I don't know what it was.
You'd love to throw like a control weight here and guarantee you're 1, but I don't think they can.
Whoa!
Julien Tremblay
Phil!
looking for the double.
Watch the corner.
Brassard got to get it off of that. He cannot. Wow. Oh, no. Disaster. free. Steal 3, Prince Edward Island. Not a great afternoon so far for Team Quebec, skipped by Julien Tremblay. Quebec champions who beat last year's representative Felix Asselin in an extra and a qualifier, struggling right now as they gave up the single, then a steal of 3, and now a steal of 3 more. Crashing, that's one thing, but then coming over and chipping in a guard for the 3rd stolen point. So it's 7-0. Prince Edward Island, as we welcome you back on this Tuesday afternoon. And once again, Quebec will have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
The heartbreaking part there, Vic, was on Julien's first. He was drawing to sit 2 behind cover.
True.
All right, go back. I mean, it's hindsight, right, being what it is. Would he have played the other turn just to hit and stick for 1?
I think, Joanne, you had to play the out turn to hit and stick for 1. I think the in turn would have over-curled. So that, I guess that was the, you take the single and 3 down without.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest hit and stay for 1 either, so you take the risk and get yourself back in the game.
I think so.
I mean, there's a lot of teams out here, and I think of, just coming from the Scotties, there's teams that say, we can play to lose by less or we can play to win. And if you're playing to win, you got to get 2 there and get yourself back within striking distance. So I didn't hate the call, just unfortunate result there.
You almost want to put the odds on it, Vic. Like, let's say that was a 50-50 chance of making it. So you say to yourself, well, don't. Well, if you hit for 1, which is an easier shot, you're 3 down without hammer. Now what are your odds? Still not. Probably less than 50-50, right?
Mais faudrait qu'on reculait au moins là.
Back 8. No, man. Close it. Right.
So what does your approach have to be here, Joe? Yeah, it's 7-0. You play for a single, couple, and just try to chip away and basically hope by the time you get to 8 or 9 that you're close enough to maybe throw everything at them?
Yeah, at this point, 5th end, definitely looking for your multiple. Obviously, you'd love 3, but start with 2 and then start using the 5 rock rule, that no tick rule, and just start chipping away. Remember, it's a long event, so sure, you may lose this game if you're Team Quebec at this point. I would say odds are pretty good of that, but there's still lots of games left to play, so sort out the rocks, sort out the paths, start to try to gain some confidence moving forward. Obviously, this isn't the best feeling in the world out there, but there's still lots to play for this week.
No question.
3-1, Nova Scotia leads Alberta. Final stone coming up here from Kevin Cooey.
Well, an opportunity here with the thin double. Nova Scotia giving some chances this end by not making doubles. Chance for Cooey, a double for 3.
Whoa. Out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary, and Nova Scotia from the Halifax Curling Club.
Girl, go, 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 go!
Oh, dear.
How do you hit it too thin?
That has been the week.
Oh, my goodness.
Steal of 2, 5-1, Nova Scotia.
It's hard to watch.
Cooey, as you see, at 1-4, and Manuel trying to win a 3rd straight and put himself in contention for
every time we throw the right weight,
a playoff spot.
Probably factual. Peel that.
Heel.
Quebec's trying to rearrange the PEI stones there at the front of the house. They just had one over curl and that one more weight, a little straighter, and an under curl. That's the 2nd time in a row for Jesse Mullen that he's missed that way. First over curled, 2nd under curled. So sometimes I wonder if that might be a mismatched pair. One of his rocks might be curling more than the other, or he might have a straight one.
There's a few of them out there, that's for sure.
Whoa!
Adam Cox.
Whoa! Whoa! Ed!
You can see 2/3 of that back yellow, but this is the play with the score the way it is.
And then he'll just touch the other guard, move it over.
Nice play.
swept it through.
4-3, the Alberta champion. Aaron Sluchinski from Airdrie leading Saskatchewan's Mike McEwen out of the Natana.
Well, if you're a sports psychologist, you probably want to watch these first 4 ends to demonstrate why mental toughness is ever present. For Team McEwen, gave up 3 early, came back, took 3. This now is a draw for 4.
Yeah, I know.
Have not folded their tent at all, but for Alberta have made literally nothing in the last 2 ends.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, just a complete swing.
Live good. Good. Holding
Golden flags left. Daniel Marsh right. And you'll often see Flash just pivot around. He'll take both sides. His brushing is that good, and that is good too. Draw for 4 and a 7-4 lead.
Right in, boys.
Nine. Okay. 9-5? I think that's what he said. Nine. Yes.
Hard. Little grimace as they pick him up right away. Gallant.
Right to it.
Whoa, whoa.
Watch it.
And through it goes.
Good, Adam.
Good brush.
I think that's kind of what we wanted. Yeah, I think it had a little extra oomph. Yeah.
How do you bring that yellow
Ouais,
onto
j'ai
the
pas qu'elle
scoreboard?
roule par-dessus ici.
No guards.
Ouais.
Non, je pense qu'il faut l'essayer pareil. Sinon, c'est
Dès qu'elle roule là, la jaune là est plus bonne.
Ouais, mais je tire du gaz, elle restera pas là. Ça,
Ouais, il en
fait...
fait pas mal. Là.
You play that double there, will you
Que le double est trop facile. Ouais, mais comment
squeeze them past the yellow?
If you hit the shot rock into the back when it jams on that side yellow,
Ça?
Ouais.
you have to hit the top left
Ça
one.
prend deux
Right?
doubles après.
Ah, je sais.
Ouais.
Get some separation.
Ça?
Ouais, je suis checké, mais dès qu'on les mains sont
c'est
sont
ça.
dessus notre jaune. par exemple. Mais
That just directly goes that way, and that's just, you
See,
cannot do that. So I
Un petit fait
think
double, après ça, on peut...
throw it hard, get rid of that one, have the shooter go across, kill that one, maybe even get there, but you'll have maybe a yellow there and hope the double's not made. I don't see too much else.
That top red that you hit first might spin up a little bit or off to the side. A little bit of space.
non, non, je suis capable, mais j'ai l'impression qu'elle a une chance de mourir ici.
Avec un pied, la sort. Ouais, c'est sûr.
Ok, vas-y, si tu le files, vas-y.
Ouais. Sinon, aucune shot pour lui.
Faut y aller une turn.
No other real option right now for Team Quebec. They have to try to get that side yellow to
I
count.
think, yes, yeah.
On descend.
I think you can throw it pretty hard here. You've got the catcher. Might even roll up and over a bit. Really tough to score 2 this way.
Going to give it a go with Jean-Michel Arsenault.
Good hard enough.
All right, that's...
It's not too bad. It's no double anyways.
Bon.
Ouais, c'est un peu pointé.
Roll an inch.
Yeah, I think
3 inches.
Yeah. We can roll half.
Okay, so just trying to roll just to sit 4? Just like full 8?
Like half the width of the rock.
Nunavut is on the board. They score a single. Shane
Okay,
Latimer from Iqaluit, 6-1. The defending champions leading there. Had a nice chat with Tyler Smith prior to the game because he's a stock car racer. And his home track is the Oyster Bed Speedway in Prince Edward Island. He drives on what they call the East Coast, the Maritime Pro Stock Tour.
Really?
Yeah, so he's got a what looks like a Pontiac Grand Prix. And
You're good. You're good.
so we were talking a little bit of racing.
Oh, perfect.
good.
Getting ready for another season. Begins April or May the 18th at Scotia Speed World in Halifax. If you ever come out of the Halifax airport, as you make your way down to the city, you'll notice the racetrack is right there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's where he is.
Expensive hobby, though, you're saying. Those Saturday nighters.
20 minutes.
Ouais, j'en vois pas assez.
Ouais. Sit.
Je la vois.
Ouais.
Ouais, comme tu l'as dit, c'est back four.
Give me double, but on va scorer un. Sinon, c'est back four.
Il va l'essayer.
Il demande un shot pour 2.
OK.
Ça va?
Parce que oui.
No real options for doubles with this wall of PEI stones at the top of the 8-foot. So they're going to come around the rock on the center line, top 8, just back 4. Try to get shot with maximum separation. Make the short run back a little bit harder.
Mord le 4 pieds pour être shot.
PI had some stones in great spots this
Même
end.
si toi, tu as droit ou 3, on est arrêté là. Fait que.
Ouais.
2 pieds de moins.
Ouais.
The spot we saw a few times in the third end. It's running really nice. Something in the 14.5 range. Plays.
Wow. Draws, nothing. Missed all of his draws. And just 41% overall.
Top 4. Yep. Faut y aller. Yep.
Back four.
Il en manque. Go, go, go. Go, Jess. Go, 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 go.
Nice throw here.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. You bet. You bet. There you go. Draws the back of the button. Fortunately, just leaves that there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Little run back.
Yeah, that's just it.
Like deux pieds.
If you ever stick this buried, I don't know. There might be an in-off.
This is the exact same line as his draw against 3 in the third end. It's perfect for that draw, right on the pin. Look at that finish.
Back a little farther if you wanted, Joe. Just take it back a little more.
They're looking to even just bite back 4 foot, get as much separation as possible. A little bit light for that shot.
Just a shade high center line here.
6-5. Clean. Whoa.
See it backing up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
It's going to get at least half the line.
Hard to it.
And got it.
Good, Tyler.
Good.
Throw.
Good throw.
Yep.
We'll take a force there. Good toss, Tyler.
Yeah. Sliding the hair wide for my turn.
Yeah, I
Talked a
wasn't
lot
ready
about
for that one.
Tyler Smith's drawing ability, but I'm impressed with his hits this game.
Yeah, no mistake.
Lots of accuracy.
Final stone looking for a first point here in
Up or down?
the 5th. Mullen and Brassard.
Hard. Don't tap up.
And well done to sit it down.
Are you okay?
Against a 5.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Adam Cox took a little bit of a tumble over the bumper on his way to the ice. He's okay. And so is PEI up 7-1.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotties Facial Tissue, unleash the Scotties. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Feeling pretty good about his game coming in. Tyler Smith and the team from the Crapo Curling Club with a record of 3-1 and looking very good right now.
Yeah, and for Quebec, just a tough draw against 3 in the third end. Needed the pinhole and a little bit heavy, followed by a risky double attempt trying to get back in the game and just paid the price for taking that risk. Julien Tremblay, just a struggle today for him. Meanwhile, PEI's Tyler Smith looking very strong out there.
Numbers after 5 brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Talking with their coach, a Canadian champion, Eric Sylvain.
The Brier is just the most special curling tournament on earth.
The Brier's the show. That's where you want to be.
It means everything.
Yeah! Come on!
absolutely everything.
I talked a lot about it being like the Masters.
It's got a lot of tradition, a lot of history.
If you don't know what curling is, you know what the Brier is.
So special to play amongst some of the best to ever do it.
Sliding out on that ice with all the colors of all the provinces is very special.
The Brier crowd is just a little bit different.
This is a childhood dream come true.
It's just, you know, the pinnacle of what we dream to do as little kids.
All you're trying to do is win the Brier, which is everyone's dream.
Everybody wants to win the Brier. To earn that Purple Heart is a massive accomplishment.
The Brier is the ultimate goal as a Canadian curler.
It's the event I look forward to the most all year. There's really nothing like it. Like every time that we're here, that we show up, and it never gets old.
No, it truly is, and you know, some of the tradition and pomp and circumstance. I miss Kathy. I miss the Pipers bringing everybody in as they did several years ago. But it's still the pinnacle of Canadian men's curling, the Canadian Men's Curling Championship, dating back to 1927, the 95th edition. Bring us up to date, please.
Well, it is his favorite event. We just heard him say that, but not this week for Kevin Cooey. Just really a struggle. And for Sluchinski, he really does need some help from his team. He is in all kinds of trouble with McEwen bouncing back so well, with feature game that we've been showing for Quebec, just nothing working today. And for Brad Gushue and his team, after those two little blip games, 94% as a team, somebody has to take the championship away from him because he's not giving it freely.
On this Tuesday afternoon, the only team not playing, Jamie Cooey. And the team from the Territories, 4-1, and off to their best start since 2012, when they got it all the way to the tiebreaker, a 3-4 game. They lost to his brother, Kevin. So here are the standings coming in, and what a story being written by Trevor Bonneau from Northern Ontario, the team from the Fort William at 4-1 as he continues to roll, coming off a win this morning against Ontario. Carruthers dropping his first, Botcher 3-1, Dunstone at 3-1, and tonight's game, Botcher against Dunstone, could very well go to see who gets a spot. Remember, head-to-head is the first deciding factor, and then on the other side, it is not Kevin, it's Jamie Cooey top, and on the ice right now, McEwen looking good, PEI also right now, and Gushue, Tremblay wanted to get above 500. He's got some work to do. But those are your four teams right now that look in contention for just the 3 teams will advance. So when we're back with you tonight, make a note, 8 p.m. Eastern time, it will be Dunstone against Botcher. Both of them are 3-1, and that result, that head-to-head result, could decide which one ultimately goes through. So with our initial game a little bit out of reach, we're going to come over here and drop in on Alberta and the Alberta champions out of the Airdrie Curling Club, skipped by Aaron Sluchinski, against Saskatchewan and the team from the Nutana in Saskatoon, skipped by Mike McEwen. Sluchinski with a single in 5, trails by 2. Saskatchewan with last draw. They have the hammer playing here as we pick up play in the 6th.
They've also got Magic Mike back again after that one loss. He's putting rocks in such small areas in this game.
4 guys. No issue on line.
So this team from Saskatchewan, skipped by Mike McEwen and backed up by Daniel Marsh and Kevin Marsh at lead and second respectively, and Colton Flash the third. The Alberta champions, Sluchinski the skip. The lead is Dylan Webster, Kerr Drummond the second, and Jeremy Hardy is the third. It's his Brier debut. Dylan Webster.
Keep it, well, we're there.
It looks way heavy.
Trying to stack 2 guards with some separation. Might be a little deep.
Yeah, get it lined up. Keep going, keep going.
This one might come weight. Yeah.
Yeah, so a slight stagger for Saskatchewan now. They are shot rock back 4, looking to go behind again with Daniel Marsh.
Yeah, I got a little more actually. That's good.
Daniel, that foot too far on his first one, and they're going to have to choke that off right now because of the. Otherwise, Alberta freezes.
Still there. No, we're T-line easy. T-line. It's coming down, but it's still there. No, Cap. Curl it? No, it's good. Wait's good. No. Just nibble 4. It's full 4. It's top of the button now. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Pretty easy double peel. Did you get chair? 14-2. Okay. Yeah.
Ice makers put a little pebble down in that.
Just back 8.
Yeah. If then break.
Even if you did freeze it,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You're throwing for the first time, even though it's in 6 on that fresh pebble, and sometimes you just, I found you just glide a little farther than you thought. It's muscle memory, isn't it?
Heavy.
Yeah, that plus the mop at the break as well just kind of removes any kind of frost or anything that's built up. It's like one nice big clean of the ice, so everything carries a little bit better. Sometimes not the whole end. Sometimes it's just the first 4 or 5 rocks.
Kerr Drummond, originally from Scotland.
We can make a wall.
Been living in Canada for 10 years now. Got his citizenship just a couple of years ago, so now able to play for Canada and in the provincial and Canadian championships.
Yeah. You can get them both.
His brother Greg Drummond, the Olympic silver medalist.
Yeah, I know. If you hit it right, it'll go right
with
by.
David
If
Murdoch.
you're here and he tops this. Just peel, boys. It's not that great. Mikey, let's just peel. Okay. Just trying to make it here.
2 up. Whoa.
Is that close?
Where's our official?
Further back. Okay. Saw the. Are we playing it thin?
I was thinking thin.
I was thinking thin originally, but let's do it.
That's tough. Thin.
Thick half. Thick half.
Going across the top now, Joanne?
Yep.
Okay. So it might drive that second red. Alberta's going into the pile.
Yep. Whoa, no. No. Whoa. Shoot. Throw. Okay, not bad. Top pocket.
You compare the Marsh brothers to a Colton Flash. They're not the biggest human beings out there, but can they throw it hard?
Good shot, yeah.
Yeah, needed that speed if you connect on that top red and do drive it into the house. You want things to spill. You don't want, it's harder to jam if you've got a lot of speed on the rock.
Good speed here, eh?
Yeah, similar.
Clean.
We're warm right now.
Little Bob. Oh, then.
Back 4.
Curl.
Keep going. Curl. Back 4 still.
Curl.
Coming off.
Curl.
Keep going. Frozen.
Curl. Keep going. Get in there.
Keep going. Nice shot.
Good. Yeah.
I'd like to make 2 red ones disappear here. The safest way is to hit this one and the one on our right, which is what they're trying.
Oh, no.
Yep. Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
It's really close.
Yes.
He's going to get and runs it back and kills it. So leaves the Saskatchewan side sitting the 2 on the lid. You're just joining us for the first time. Kevin will go into the house and hold the brush for Mike McEwen.
Yeah, right around it all.
Big shot.
Not bad. And then they hit, and then we have an open double.
Yeah.
Okay. Back 8.
14-3.
Okay.
Hard to generate a steal with no guards in play, Russ.
Is it ever?
Stay close.
Just trying to rearrange the house a little bit here. Red onto the yellows on the button.
And you invariably end up giving a double to the guy that's winning in these situations. It's so tough to not.
Gotta go. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Keep going. Right back.
Ball from around everything.
Sneaky.
Nice save, guys.
Which camera there, Jer?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Really nice shot. It's
Five,
buried
6
behind the
rocks are
rock
fine.
top 4.
Pick your shooter. Like, it's
Yeah.
a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Probably fill you in. We don't really know it.
Easy? Sure.
That's what the best teams do in the world, Vic, in my opinion. Saskatchewan's just been in blast mode here. Open up the front with number 1, try to kill the red ones, number 2. Now they're going, wait a sec. The way this sets up, maybe I can throw a softer weight, hit and roll to the side, and maybe score 2 here.
Little firm, Mike. Little big.
Not a lot of danger if Colton rolls away here.
No, sometimes keeping your rocks, depending on where things are set up, it can just give your opponent something to work with. But in this situation, the roll's ahead of the tee line.
Yes, a little bit.
Just missed touching that Alberta stone on the way by. Rolls it over. I'm not sure if it's for a third shot. Very close. Flash, of course. Canadian champion when he played with Kevin Cooey in 19.
Hook it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sure, normal. Just cross there.
Okay.
I never like throwing that much weight when you're down a couple.
Oh. Good weight.
Jeremy Hardy.
Oh. Clean. Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Drummond.
Whoa. Curl. Roll
Webster.
it.
Bang and roll it over. Oh, that's exactly what he asked for.
Yep.
Big roll. With the house.
Roger.
Yeah. I like the same weight. I do. Same weight, bud.
This end going Saskatchewan's way, though. Try to hit this a little on the inside and separate the yellows. And it's kind of a hitting contest. And it might be a double opportunity for McEwen here. Be my guess.
Yep. Curl. Gotta curl it. Curl. Straight. Whoa.
Daniels got him.
Nice shot.
And there's
Real
the
good.
separation.
Nicely done. Really good. Nice flash. Nice curl there.
Yeah. Woo. Then he knows it, and we can probably still nose again.
Yeah. Forward. Okay. I think it'll curl.
I agree.
Try the nose. Yeah, board weight.
You can't roll left as we look at it very far, and you don't want to roll right very far.
Right on the nose is a pretty tough double.
So, yeah, it's a high one, eh?
Board weight. Whoa.
Clean.
Yep.
Hair down, board.
Yep. Hard.
Wait, the hair down.
Hard. Right to it. Whoa. Hard.
Waist all down.
Hard.
Yep. Good sweep.
Good spot.
Extremely thin if you want to go for the double by just touching it.
I like the out turn, personally. Okay. I mean, we could throw the in. Wait, this is the exact same line as flashes? Yeah.
7-1. And as you say, nothing's really gone well for Cooey in Alberta.
But they did use every stone that was in play to their advantage, burying around a couple of stones early, and on a final stone, Matt Manuel was trying to make the double, just got one, so this is a draw to the paint for 3.
1 and 4 coming in. Kevin Cooey never lost 3 in a row. First time ever.
14.
Now in a 19th appearance at the Brier. And that will go a long way to getting him back in shape here. Scores a 3, 7-4 going to 7.
Heavy. Whoa, then. Close. Clean. Big board. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Hard.
And trying to roll it over.
Nice shot. Good shot. Yep. Good roll. Good throw, Mike. A little further. Pretty good roll. Pretty good, though.
That's a great roll because you can't roll the red to the right without jamming it, so you have to roll left.
Kind of weight.
It's a good chance it'll be a red double for potential 2.
Yeah, if you have a tiny roll, those rocks are grouped, and then if you have a big roll, you won't be second shot.
Yeah.
Forward weight.
Yeah. There's something to be said about just hitting and staying, isn't there? And just make the other guy make a good one.
Yeah.
Either way, Mike McEwen's pretty happy. Just score here, up 3 with the hammer and the even ends, heading into 7.
Well, short, little strong.
Final stone for
Curl.
Alberta's Aaron Sluchinski.
Pin double. Straight.
Dylan Webster.
Curl.
Now Drummond.
Curl.
Webster.
Curl.
Back and forth. Here we go. What do you got? There's one. Going to catch it. Now do we need to bump it? Need to bump it a little bit more. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Now what do you do? Huge rotation there. It didn't curl at all.
Just trying to hit it thick, right? Like, yeah, we catch that. We catch.
Not a lot of weight. Didn't kill anything.
That's crazy. So, wide open hit to go 3 up's pretty tasty.
Should be able to miss this one.
This is to win the game in theory.
Yeah. Half a rock makes it for 2.
The way Mike's played, I guess it's worth it, right?
And even
thick
jam, you still get 2.
Yep.
Can't clear that back one, huh?
Maybe.
Weight must not have been up if
it came down.
Didn't even kill either rock.
Yeah. Hit it perfectly to
do that.
Lead.
Like,
big speed required here.
Final stone. Double for a couple. Double for maybe 3.
Whoa.
Nothing yet. Now, late. You got to tone it, boys. There we go. Oh, and he's cleared them both. And there it is for 3.
Hit it exactly where he had to. Just misses this back yellow.
Turning it on. Up 10-5.
If you miss this, you're giving up 2.
Run it back, Wilkes. Can you hold it? Got it? You bet you do. And stuffs it underneath. Holding her last. Going after second shot. Run it back. Bang. Oh, and oh, goodness.
Wow.
Needs it here. As the crowd now starts to applaud. And it'll come to a crescendo now. So much pressure. Has to be the shot stone. Burgess. Linenthal. The crowd responding. Have to get it by. Oh, it rubs and rolls. Will it curling enough? No, it will not. Rachel Holman is going to win a 4th Canadian championship. And it's now putting on the maple leaf as we look at the projected women's field with Rachel Holman. And then, of course, Joe, you look at the names such as Hasselborg and Tirinzoni is back, Peterson. It's deep. And then, of course, from the Asian countries, we get Jim there. And Ueno, which is a new team for us from Japan. And but it's those over on that side, right? Hasselborg, Tirinzoni, that stand out.
Yeah, familiar teams for Team Holman to be facing, and so strong internationally our sport is now. It's going to be a wonderful event. Rachel Holman, they'll need to continue their incredible run. They've been outstanding this season.
Yeah, just the last 5 games. Yeah, we'll be down fiddling. And we'll cruise ships. I'm not sure if they'll be into Sydney at this time of year, but yep, we'll be in the fiddling area in Sydney beginning March the 16th.
And even some of those big names that didn't leap out at you, we have seen. Marian Rorvik, that's a team that is worth watching. Yilsat Dildiz from Turkey. You don't think of that as a power nation, but she made so many strides last year when we watched her with Carrie Anderson. So even the teams that maybe are from countries you don't expect much of, who are these guys?
Well, these are the Regina Pats. This is their home, of course. And they're probably saying, It'd be a little difficult. Where are the nets? Where are the lines? But they're on a 7-game road trip. They'll be in Moose Jaw next, and then return home for their first game after their trip on March the 15th. Of course, this was the home of Connor Bedard for a number of years before he was drafted #1 last year by the Chicago Blackhawks. As we welcome you back on this Tuesday afternoon, somehow got him, slid them through to score 3. 10-5 now. Saskatchewan leads it. The interesting thing is, we mentioned earlier that Saskatchewan had got nothing more than a deuce the entire event. In this one, they have 2 3s and a 4.
Isn't that crazy? I love what they did. We talked about it. They switched gears. The plan was to keep it as open as possible. Mike, if he's forced to one, so what? You're 3 up.
We're over.
Getting late in the game. Then they realized partway through there's an opportunity to have a soft one by Colton Flash to roll open. Then it was a bit of a hitting contest. Mike probably didn't have to take the risk on that double, but the way he's playing, I guess it's not a risk.
So Kerr Drummond puts up the center. Drummond, as mentioned, now living in Canada in Red Deer. Won a World Junior silver medal with Kyle Smith. And Kyle Smith, of course, was the son of world champion David Smith, now retired from the game.
David. Yep. Great player.
Interesting play for Alberta and Sluchinski.
One more?
Putting their guards up to start this end. They're using that no-tick rule. So you don't usually see the team with hammer putting up center line guards, but sometimes if you put up the corner guard, your opposition will play that mixed doubles tick where they try to tick the corner guard into the rings, have your shooter roll off, and then you can hit that rock and remove it. So not wanting to take that risk of losing that guard, they're using the center line.
Makes sense.
Close
Yeah, it
there.
was the mixed doubles that I think gave all these regular teams that idea, and it's that shot's made on perfect ice like this. It's starting to be made quite a bit.
Shot.
Well, the gentleman on the right, that's Jamie Cooey. This is his team. Of course, they are the only team not playing today. Glenn Kennedy beside him, and coming in and sitting there with a record of 4-1, so it's likely they will be practicing between this afternoon draw and evening draw. They will not play the entire day.
That was my first thought, but
Out of Yellowknife.
Which is really tough. You get on a roll and you're feeling comfortable with the ice, and then you sit.
We can talk about it.
That's the oddity of it, because this is the only game for the teams in Pool B. Only draw.
Timeout.
So electing to take their 60-second timeout.
He's gonna go around back button. He's gonna move now. I don't think he's going here because then I think he's coming here, and he's hoping for. I love this. I think because I know the shot. Well, actually, ideally you'd bump it to the button. Sure. You just squared on it. Squared on. You can't do anything. We can always do whatever we want with it. I just know the draw. I've thrown it twice. It's time to. If you guys really like it, then. If you like the draw, I like it too. Really, yeah. You're right. We know the path. Intern. Because he's only got 3 shots to come.
Feeling frisky, are you?
If we peel, he's around here, isn't he?
I'm going to peel, but
Yeah.
I know the draw. I've thrown it.
Okay.
This is terrible.
No, it's good. I mean, the peel's the auto call, but that's fine.
Probably the smart call, right?
I wasn't going to say that, but
I mean, even if I'm here, like he's got to go around
Still,
everything that Mike's drawing. He only has 3 rocks.
How does he fit a whole bunch in here?
You can't fit 3 rocks in there.
Talking to me.
While they chat,
like
let's go over to Prince Edward Island and Quebec, the game we started with, Kathy.
Well, Tyler got to make a run back on his first one to scatter some stones. Did leave Quebec lying 1 and rolled his shooter to the 12-foot, and Quebec came down on top, but they're at an angle, so Tyler looking for the double for 2.
Quebec picked up a steal of 1 in 6. And bang, away they go. There's 2 more.
My back one's on the line, but I don't believe it's
I'm
in
not
the
sure.
house.
It seemed to me, but we'll wait for them to decide. They might put the stick to it.
It's very close. overhead camera's right over the button, so you're kind of looking under it as opposed to dead over
A
it.
little warm.
Colton Flash.
Not bad. It's not heavy.
Off to this, so we got
A little light. It's good. Yep.
line only.
Whoa. Yep. Okay. No. Whoa. Hold that. D-line. Close. Whoa. No. Nobody. Curl.
That's a good shot. Hey, that's good.
Spot.
Unconventional call with a 5-point lead, but Colton wanted it so bad. I guess he knew that spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong, but if Sluchinski can find a way to make their last 3 count this end, they're going to regret that call, right?
It'll then be wrong. Yeah, there's room here now. You hit this dead on, tap it back, spill the 2 yellows.
Jeremy Hardy.
The weight.
He wanted to get right to nose and tap it to the top of the button, just under curled a little bit.
Yeah.
Hard. Back 4. Back 8. Hard. Yep. Back 8. Hard. Keep going.
Nice.
Gives us a chance. Go ahead, Jared.
Nice. Good sweeping.
Very tough for him to get on that. I think I'm right here.
On that. Holy.
Yeah, true.
He's got this.
Do you ever go there?
Right here.
Yeah.
Sure.
The best spot.
You were pointing here.
Well, but right beside is good too. Like there's like
it's in behind there. You don't even want to look. It's a 3 for PEI in there. Extend their lead now to 10-2.
That was in that one at the back.
right beside.
It was in. Yes, you were right.
Right, but this is good too.
Write that down, John.
Yes, he did. Make sure.
Well, no, didn't he throw it?
Yes, he was right. My gosh.
That was totally kind of different.
I know.
Every squirrel.
Yeah.
Corner on the red or the yellow. Right beside the red is really good. Yeah, I agree. All right, freeze, perfect.
As we said, coming in feeling as good as he has personally about the game, where he is as he has in a long time, since his really best days playing in Manitoba, and the numbers reflect that.
A lot of credit to the team too. Colton's cleaned up so many messes with the bullets. The front end, the Marsh brothers are making a ton of rocks in the right spots.
All right, let's drop in on Alberta and Nova Scotia.
Well, Matt Manuel stuffed his first one, and that gave Cooey an opportunity to make the double that he did make, and lies 2.
Is there a turnaround here?
There's a momentum shift, but to be really honest, it wasn't that Nova Scotia has been playing as well as Team Cooey was not.
Okay.
And Cooey's team starting to wake up a little bit.
Not a bad spot.
And rolls to middle. Thanks for one more.
Everybody.
So after giving up 3, Nova Scotia responds with a single 8-4. They lead.
You make this back yellow now, and then you got red right on your last one.
What do you mean?
Good.
Like this or something?
Can you hit like the back yellow and flop in, and then hopefully we get a miss?
If we get another one in now, then Hail Mary on the last. I just don't know where we can get it that it would help us.
We can push this one here, here.
And save that.
My first thought was hit this one, hope we get a miss, then you can do red, red, red.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Just try to get to the inside.
You don't even have to kill it. Yeah.
You don't need to kill it.
Just gotta outcount that.
Just enough that this will outcount that one eventually.
Yeah, and we just want to flip to behind that one, so we're not. Yeah. Yeah.
Your best
Where'd
chance.
you have Aaron? Right there?
I don't think you play that now. No.
They're just going to come down and tap this. I don't know whether they're trying to tap it out, Joanne, but they've got to hide the red one. Then they feel if they get an error, they've got that. Or 2 or 3 if they can stick it somehow. Desperate times.
Yeah.
With that much ice, they're not trying to tap it very far.
No, just a heavy draw.
Okay.
Move it back so that they're sitting second and third.
So out of the 8-foot kind of thing.
Yeah, move back 12.
Back 8.
Yeah, go then.
Oh, it's a little quiet. Back 4.
Oh.
Back 8.
Yep.
Hard. Back 8.
Yep.
Hard. Hard. We're not bumping it much. Hard. Right to it. Hard. Right to it.
Tiny
right
bar.
to it.
Tiny,
Webster with a big scrub.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going.
And down to it and roll a little bit underneath. They are the second shot.
If it hadn't have rolled, they had a chance. But now, how do you get that yellow off the button?
Because they had talked, what, a red combination to get to the shot stone.
Yep. Right, red.
I thought he just guarded around the red a little. Like he's got nothing here works. No. He's got a double on the yellows for 2. He's got this. Yeah, that's it. So guard that. Let's toss it right here. Okay. High guard. Yeah.
The only shot I can possibly see for Alberta is to do that, pick it
That's all he
clean.
has. He's got his angles are no good
If he
anywhere else.
somehow got it thin enough and got that one, I guess it would be for a potential 2. But wow,
Yeah, I don't think his angles work anywhere else. They don't.
Mike's just going to take that away.
High guard.
Okay.
If you know
It'll be fine.
that's
It'll
the
curl
rock
out.
they're raising, you want to keep some distance here with this one. You heard Mike say high guard. That's for a reason. It's probably the only rock they have left to raise. So if this is longer, it's tougher.
Yeah, make it a double raise.
Clean it early if you can. Clean it. Yeah. Clean it. Halfway. Weight's good. Weight's good. Yeah. Okay, line's good. Whoa, easy. Whoa, guys. Just high. Easy.
There's
Line's
Slash
fine.
doing that pivot.
Weight's good.
Line is fine. Line is fine.
Just
clean it.
Just leave it now. Good.
A shot. Go, Mike.
Hey, we just missed. With the red?
It's gonna be tough to get it by that one, but it's all we got. Like off the yellow, it's gonna be tough to get by the red, right? Yeah.
How do you raise that top 8 red, hit the yellow and get it to miss the back red?
Is it there? Or just the other shot I see is like sending onto the yellow and getting this one. Like yellow, clip this, bang. It's tight. To send it straight through the hole, it might tick. Yeah. It's right 3 at least. Yeah. There? Yeah.
Wow.
Which turn you seeing?
Out.
And if you're that good, you might as well try to get that one on the way by. It's crazy tough. Just actually guessing the perfect spot to hit the first one is challenging enough.
Yeah, even just connecting here.
Yeah. On the red yellow would be an accomplishment.
Final stone.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard.
What combination is available here?
Hard.
Drummond on the brush as it rides that line. Here we go. Bang, bang. Coming back and nothing. And that yellow on the lid will go on the board for Saskatchewan. A steal of 1. Totally in control. Looking to go to 4-1. Daniel Marsh throwing the lead stones for the Saskatchewan champions out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon. So we welcome you back. It's all Saskatchewan and Mike McEwen as they lead 11-5, stealing 1 in that 7th against the Alberta champions, and there Sluchinski out of Airdrie, who started well, Kathy. They opened with a couple of straight wins, but trying to right themselves after losing 2 yesterday. And this is the Alberta lead, Dylan Webster.
Which just watched Daniel Marsh take out his own rock. That was on purpose. He can't hit the center guard yet. And, the rock, his first one he threw is the peel of shame. The first one was behind the tee line, so it was of no advantage for Mike, so they asked to have it taken off.
A lot of pressure on that peel though, Russ.
You've never had to do that, Joanne.
Never seen
Don't answer that.
Top 8. Yep.
Give you a good look here, Kev.
Got a little hot.
Okay, well, that's a good thing, I guess.
It's interesting last end. Team McEwen they called their timeout and everything and chose not to peel, even though the scoreboard said, you know, you're up 5, don't need those rocks in play, opting for the softer weight stuff. I mean, obviously it worked out well for them. They got the steal, and you like that because you get to throw a few more of those finesse shots.
The game we started with is in the 8th, and it is the Quebec skip Julien Tremblay with last rock, Kathy.
Well, lots of rocks being left in play by PEI. This means an opportunity for 3, looking for full 12.
That was 14-1.
Jesse Mullen, Philippe Brassard. And there it is, 4-3, their first multiple points.
Back 12. Silver back there.
And that will be it. And they'll shake there. And the team of PEI from the Crapo Curling Club and Tyler Smith will win it, make the final 10-5. And that'll improve their record to 4-1. And the Quebec and Tremblay will fall to 2-3.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Great. Wait. Put one back up there.
Yeah, just over the hog line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight down.
Yeah.
Close.
Easy, Jar.
Think about this Alberta team. All 4 of them in their first Brier, and just it's such a different event to play in. We played opening night on Friday, had a great game, great win against Team Kui, and then they had the bye on Saturday. So you have the whole day off, and then finally they were back on the ice on Sunday again. Not till the afternoon, so you have this big time off and learning how to keep that momentum.
Yeah.
It's all part of the procedure.
And when you get that bye is important.
Clean. Whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa.
You never mind a late week bye, because at that point everyone needs the rest.
Colton Flash will rip the guard. And we have another final, and it's a win for Team Canada, 8-3. So against Nunavut, and albeit the team from Iqaluit, how did the Canadians look?
Well, they looked good until the last shot. I think Brad Gushu's not leaving the ice feeling super happy. He was playing a soft weight shot for 3 and gave up a steal. And Nunavut quit anyways. But they looked very good.
80.
No doubt.
As a team, 94%, the Canadians, and improve their record now to 4-2.
Line's dead.
And Latimer, Shane Latimer and the team from Iqaluit winless in 4.
You ever play this now?
I think that 2 is slow.
That was my thought, if they get the double or that. Huh?
We don't have to, that's a really hard
Could do
shot.
this too. Yeah, I don't mind that either. Probably the call. You like intern easy? Or normal? Okay, sure. Like even do this? Right on the nose, right? Yeah. The roll in's good.
So happens
Normal?
the next game
Sure,
for
Yep.
Team Canada is against Smith and PEI.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big.
Weight's good.
Colton
Yeah.
Flash,
Firm. Whoa. Firm.
former Canadian junior champion of 11.
Girl.
Kevin Mark. Oh, they got it by, and then run it back, sitting 2.
Again, you think Peel with the score the way it is, get the front cleaned up, but they're feeling it, these guys. They can see it.
Go back, if I may, pardon me, to the last end. They had their timeout. Brent Lang came out. The obvious shot, boys, is that one. Let's rip the guard. And they made a little chuckle about it. But you're right. They came into the rings. They just left them up there.
Yeah. That shows some confidence. It could have backfired. Joanne mentioned it. It almost did, but they're keeping the pressure on, and it's not wrong.
Going deeper.
Stop. Terrible.
Way back. Yep.
Your strategy looks pretty good if you make a lot of shots.
Less step, yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, Jack. If it went another inch, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
I think
Curl out
it
of
may
or-
have
I can
slid
throw
just a
firm.
little too far.
Same shot, straight back.
Firm. He's going to throw firm, so same. That's basically going to flash through anyways.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nose is really good. Yeah, it's the exact same as mine, or what?
Yeah. They thought you were close to
I was
firm,
firm.
so I'm going to throw firm.
Okay.
Just to get the same shapes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Skip stone.
Hard.
Mike McEwen in
Hard.
a 9th Brier
Whoa.
appearance.
Clean.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Got it.
Perfect.
Wow. Yeah, just you feel it, you see it, you make it.
Yeah.
Shot, Mike. Oh boy. Great throw.
Kept his shooter right there so he can use it on the next.
Yeah.
What a shot.
With big speed, too.
Joe, we often talk about getting out of the way of your skip.
Forward, wait.
Have you been in that situation where you just, what do you want to play? I'm here. I'll do whatever you want. You just throw it.
Yeah, and that's the dream. It's especially the front end player. Your role is to support your skip and just help get the most out of them. And when they're feeling it, there's not a lot you have to do. It's one of the best feelings out there.
Wait's good. Wait's just hack. Close. Just hack. Here down. Yes.
Hard.
Hard.
Trying to roll under here.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Dylan
Hard.
Webster.
Hard. Keep going. Hard.
Ooh. Now where's this going?
Okay.
And it'll spin into the open tee line, just edge of the 4, out turn side.
Aaron just getting caught on the over curl. A few in a row now.
Yeah. So this McEwen team, Saskatchewan, is out curling at all 4 positions. And remember, you get a plus if you out curl your opposite number by 5 percentage points or more. It's 4 pluses for Saskatchewan in this game. First time in the event they have out curled their opposition 4 points.
They started 3 down, too.
Player numbers brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. It's okay, you're new.
Yep.
You have to wait. You see, this is how you get paid. New Holland, then you get paid.
Valid point.
Just hit the 4.
Good practice if you got a nose one.
Up 5. Huh?
But
Up
this,
5.
you know, you win 2.
See where
You're
I'm
probably
online.
feeling some confidence, right? As your first time here, Sluchinski. Only all 4, in fact, debuts. And now you're in danger of losing 3 in a row.
Yep. Yep. Good. Whoa, whoa.
Drummond, watch out. Bang, coming over. Sit down. That'll be for a single.
Good luck. Good luck.
And good luck around as they will take their 1 and then put out the hands. And Saskatchewan looking very, very sharp. Rebounding, make the final 11-6. And Saskatchewan, McEwen now go to 4-1. Alberta, Sluchinski dropped 3 in a row, now 2-3. On this Tuesday afternoon at the Brier.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
So it turns out to be an 11-6 win for Saskatchewan. We had told you they had nothing more than a deuce in any end. But look at what they cracked today. 2 threes and a 4. And they take advantage of all the pressure put on Aaron Sluchinski as Alberta loses their 3rd in a row. And McEwen and company out of the Nutana now go to 4-1. The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home 1-4 barbecue. All right, this has been a struggle. Lots of yellows in there, and final stone coming up here for Kevin Cooey, Kath.
And a lot of those stones intentionally left there, trying to generate multiple points, but Matt Manuel is having none of that. And so it is 5 that Cooey faces. He is playing the in-off to try to get to the shot stone for the single.
Comes in at 1-4. Matt Manuel out of Halifax 2-3. All on its own, no licks, and sit there. And that's more Cooey-like.
Yes, it is.
As he picks up the single, down by 3. And that will be our game as they play on. It's nice, huh? At home. Be able to play at home and look for that first win since Folk in 80. It's a lonely place when you're the only game on the ice, just one. They're starting with 4 on this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome back. Our continuing coverage, the Montana's Brier Canadian Men's Curling Championship. So the only game still playing is Nova Scotia against Alberta and Kevin Cooey. The Nova Scotia champions are skipped by Matt Manuel from the Halifax Curling Club, with Nick Zacharnak, Jeff Marr, and Luke Saunders. The Alberta foursome from the Glencoe Club in Calgary, skipped by Kevin Cooey, with Karek Martin, Jock Gauthier, and Tyler Tart. And here in 9, it is Nova Scotia does have last draw. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
They just have a great double peel and roll away to simplify things in 9 here. Good shot.
Sorry, Matt. I got a high split on next.
Yeah, that helps significantly. Lead rocks behind the tee line. A little bit scary, but no guards in play makes a big difference.
Two-thirds. Okay, hard early if you can. Line's tight. Line's tight. Okay, let's stop now. Let's stop. Let it stop. Same throw, Jeff. You got straight peel, that's all right.
It's hard to, well, it's possible to double jam. So you might as well take a run at it here. Even if you kill the yellows, it could be a good thing.
Straight. Straight. Straight! Pull it back, straight. Straight! Straight, 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 straight for straight back. Get it.
Zacharnak, and he did. Wow. Well thrown, well brushed.
Yeah, that was good though. There's back button.
Yeah, they were hoping to roll the shooter off. This overcurled, but happy to get the situation on the button released, and now they'll be running in their own rock on the next one.
Yeah, very true.
It's one of those situations, kind of knowing your tolerance, didn't just want a straight peel, really wanted to make noise in the house.
Kill those back ones.
Don't touch it, says Karek Martin, all on its own.
Oh, you're kidding.
And nothing.
Straight, Jeff. Straight here.
Kathy, in a situation like that, I mean, you've watched the game more closely than we have. Is there just, we saw Jacques' numbers, we saw Tyler's numbers, no feel today?
It's hard to say, but that is a great example of where there's been opportunities they've not taken advantage. Some of it is feel, some of it is hitting rocks on the wrong angle. It just has been symbolic of this week. This is a team that got here based on points, so had a successful season coming in, but has not demonstrated what we saw all year. And also for Kevin Cooey, we saw that shot that he made in 8 to prolong this game. That's what we expected all week, and we've not seen that either. It's just, I'm sure they're frustrated. Well, I know they are frustrated.
Number 3 in the Canadian team ranking system is the Cooey team coming in. Losing the Alberta final to Sluchinski.
Continues this way. The 0-5 Alberta yesterday. It'll be 0-2 so far today. Who would have believed that?
Clean.
Luke Saunders. This is the second straight year for this team from the Halifax club. Last year they went 3-5 in London.
Good job, guys. Just throw a guard. Guard? Yeah. You know, like this? Yeah. I don't know. Guard and then freeze.
Reverse it for me, Russ. Guard, they'll rip. Now you freeze. Why not do it freeze first?
I guess you could if you freeze it good enough that they jam it, and then you can guard it or sit 2 at least.
Line's good.
Force them to 1, but force them to 1, 4 down coming home. I think Kevin's just hoping to weld one on and cross his fingers. I think this is the better play, guard first.
I think so too, and stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
If the peel's missed, then bigger chance of stealing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the way to do it, and you drop 3 in a row. Then you throw a 94-95 and win 2 in a row, and seemingly on the way here, unless Cooey can stage the comeback.
Clean.
3 straight wins.
Nick. Clean. Good job, Nick.
Toughest shot in curling here. To get the speed right is, I bet you Kevin's very close, but to get the line right, so hard. Inch to the right, inch to the left. It's not very good.
I mean, even an inch short or an inch heavy and you bump any kind of space, these rocks will fly.
Line a smidge if you can. Okay.
Coach Shea left, Martin right again, just backing right off here. And rubs and rolls away.
It's like 9.5 loop.
Okay.
This Nova Scotia team, you looked at those percentages a minute ago, Vic. They're getting better every game. It's another Eastern team takes a game or two. Eastern Canada needs to find a bonspiel with swingy ice just the week before the Scotties and the Brier.
One brother struggling, the other one sitting top of the table. It's just been reversed, though. It just wasn't to be expected that Jamie would have the better record than Kevin at this particular moment in this year's Brier.
Clean.
Jamie
clean.
and
clean.
the team from Whitehorse getting ready to take the ice when this is all done, and they'll practice.
Thanks.
And there it is to the nose, and they'll add 3 more. And this difficult Brier continues for Kevin Cooey. Make the final 11-5. And the Blue Nosers now stormed their way back to 500.
Hey, boys.
And Cooey now sits at 1-5. And that is shocking when you're the number 3 team in the country coming in. So Pool A and the team from Thunder Bay. Bonneau leads with Carruthers, Botcher, Dunstone, and then BC's Catlin Schneider above 500. McEwen with his win sits top of the table with, yeah, that's correct, the team from Yellowknife and Prince Edward Island at 4-1. Guju is at 4-2, and then Manuel now at 500. So remembering again, it's head-to-head record that may determine whether you advance or not. So is this a big one? You bet it is. 2 teams at 3-1. Matt Dunstone, Brendan Botcher, when we join you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Just wasn't his day. The young skip, as PEI picks up a big win, their 4th to sit top of the table Till we talk with you again tonight, thank you for joining us here on Canada's Sports Leader, TSN.